Today's adventure takes me to Brush Creek County Park in Beaver County, PA. This is my first time at this park, and I never hiked in Beaver County, so this is going to be a first for me. Everything is so lush and green. This area did receive a lot of rain, so the creek is swollen. There are big signs, do not park on the grass, and it's because this area is prone to flooding. The ground is like a sponge. Wow, the creek is up to the bridge decking. Here's a picturesque pond, which will soon be stocked with trout. I did screenshot a map of the park, so I'm going to be referring to that, but I don't see any signs or areas you can grab a map, because I am going to do some hiking. Oh, there's a nice reflection. I'm just going to walk around and explore. I see a trailhead here, so I'm going to go ahead and just hike it and see where it goes. So this park sits in the valley. Oh, looks like a squirrel. So looks like first elevation change of the day. And my usual spiel, watch out for exposed roots and rocks. And this trail's got it all so far. This elevation is definitely going to get me warmed up for the rest of the day. It's a patch of daffodils. Trail is very muddy in spots. Beautiful pine forest. But these chives are growing everywhere. my mom's house, they're down by her little stream. There's like little pockets of chives. So if you have potato chips and dip, you can always add some chives. And I'm just wondering if this area was someone's property at one time because of all of the daffodils. And there's a another patch of chalk. Ding, 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 we have a winner. I found this old abandoned foundation. And this looks like it could have been the spring house, since water is flowing freely. So my guess, it was a spring house at one time. And you can see some of the old bricks. Oh, pretty. Got some spring flowers popping up. Not sure what these are. But this definitely looks like the remains of a homestead. Oh, another foundation up on the hill. So at one time this must have been someone's house. If only those stones could talk, the stories it would tell. I can't get any closer because there's all multi-floor rose, aka jagger bushes, and I don't want to get my leggings torn up. And a lot of these old homes were built near springs because 100-some years ago there was no indoor plumbing, so they wanted the house as close to the spring as possible. Because without running water, you had to lug the water into the kitchen. And most people only bathed once a week, and that was Saturday nights. That way they would be clean for church on Sunday morning. Totally different life back then. And we've only had the modern conveniences for about 100 years. So a lot of the skills were lost in time. Got some tanks. Nature is reclaiming them. Almost reminds me of Life After People. It's a future that's already happened. I'm not sure what's up there, so I'm going to head down the hill. And I don't see any blazes or markings on the trees, so I'm not sure exactly where I'm at. But I'll figure it out. Gonna be doing some mud bogging here soon. This is why you wear waterproof hiking boots when you hike. This definitely looks like it was an old road at one time. Obviously leading to the abandoned foundations. And you can hear noise from the hum of traffic from nearby Route 588. Guess I'm on the right path. I didn't see any blazes or signs or no trespassing signs or purple paint. I'm just following the trail. are. You're a mower. Sounds like a mower. And I love the smell of freshly mowed grass. The only problem is 5 minutes later, I sneeze like crazy. 'Tis the season for allergies. And these trees all look like new growth trees. And that means 100 years ago, this hillside was barren. There's a lot of springs on the hillside, and that makes for some muddy trail. Things are really greening up. And tomorrow's Saturday, and we're supposed to get heavy rain, so just watch out for flooding. We need the rain. As they say, April showers bring May flowers. Just slogging along. This hillside is like a sponge. So you just want to be very careful you don't slip and fall. All in all, it's a nice trail. And those look like fence posts. I do have to look up the history of this park. Looks like another climb is in store. Here's an off trail, takes you down to a beautiful bridge. So I'm just going to keep walking on this trail. I'm on a roll. Yep, lots of mud. So if you plan on hiking at Brush Creek Park, wear appropriate footwear and be prepared for lots of mud. But hey, you're supposed to get dirty while hiking. It's not a fashion show. There's no reason to get dolled up for a hike. Right here, excuse me, right here is where fording is required. It's a beautiful spot. I will tell you, this hike makes for some great photography. See, I get bored hiking in the same places all the time, so I like to try different locations. seeing views like this is one of the reasons I hike. I'm not too familiar with Beaver County. Last time I was in Beaver County was about 16 years ago, and I drive down to Pittsburgh International Airport to pick my in-laws up. I just took 422 and got on 376, which is a toll road, by the way. Takes you right into the airport. I know when my family, when they go down to Pitt, they just take 79 and 3 Parkway West, or 376. And from 79 to the airport, at 12 miles, it's a madhouse on that road. People cut you off. It's like the Indy 500. When I fly out of Latrobe. It's a beautiful scenic drive. You could see the mountains in the distance. Little abandoned coal patch towns like Tunnelton. Salzburg's not abandoned. You could see historic towns. A lot to do and see. And when I fly out of Latrobe, I always make it a point to hike up Winnie Palmer. So be sure to check out that video. Another elevation, but I'm warmed up by now. I'm recovered from yesterday. I worked a few extra hours yesterday. Help out cashiering. I always welcome the extra hours at work. Oh, this is pretty. It's like something around every bend. New surprise. This is why I like hiking new places. Almost looks to be a railroad bed. I ride a lot of the trails, so I know my former railroad beds. And I'm going to be honest, I haven't been able to find too much information about some of these places. Not everything's on the internet. Whenever that happens, I go old school. I go to the library and do my research. Usually whenever I type something in, like an area, it doesn't really give me the history. It mainly gives me Zillow and Trulia listings for real estate. So we need libraries. And whenever I do my historic videos on Butler, I did a lot of my research at the Butler Public Library and the South Butler Library in Saxonburg. It's only a block away from work. So if I'm not too tired after work, I head to the library. I will tell you, this trail is beautiful. And I'm going to say I'm going to give it my own rating. My ratings are easy, intermediate, and advanced. So I'm going to say this is intermediate because of the elevation changes and the mud. and the exposed roots and rocks. Now, advance would be, for example, Alpha Pass Trail at McConnell's Mills or Slippery Rock Gorge Trail. Those are advance because of the dangers. Easy, I would rate Winnie Palmer as easy because the trails are flat and smooth, and some of them are paved, and there's some that are crushed limestone. When I say easy, that's for all levels of hikers. Turkey Path in Leonard Harrison State Park would be advanced. I've hiked that before. Hiked down the mountain to the bottom of the Grand Canyon of PA. You could see beautiful views of Pine Creek. And then you hike back up the mountain. It's about a 800-foot climb. And I see my first blaze. This is perfect hiking weather. Temps are in the 50s and it's overcast. I mean, I'll hike in almost all kinds of weather, but I prefer days like this because I get better pictures, and as a photographer, clouds are my friend. Why I don't prefer doing photography when it's a bright sunny day? There are too many shadows. But I always wait sometimes for golden hour. That's an hour before sunrise and an hour after sunset. Because lighting is everything. Ooh, I'm at the covered bridge. Yippee skippy! I have to do the covered bridge drive in Indiana County one day. There's like 4 covered bridges in the county, which I definitely want to check out. I don't know when, but hopefully I'll do the tour before summer. Okay, we are making a descend. I love exploring new places. I get that gene from my late grandma. I remember growing up, she would look at her brochures, and she was a subscriber to Travel and Leisure magazine. And my grandma's been all over Europe, and they've been to Egypt. They saw the pyramids, the Sphinx. Been to all the major attractions in Europe. And they also, my late grandma and my aunt also toured Japan. I think they went to Japan, Hong Kong. They couldn't go to China yet. It was closed to tourists. I was a baby whenever they went. So this was late 70s. And I think they went to Malaysia. But I'm definitely a lot like my grandma, whom I miss very much. She passed away January 15th, 2015, and I just missed her so much. Can't wait to see her again in heaven. And we got more the chives. Yep. Just bring your dip and your chips. Just kidding. I don't know if I'd eat these, because to worry about animals doing business on them. Before I head down to the covered bridge, I'm just going to take a gander of what's up here. Here's an interesting land formation. Okay, this trail just goes a little bit longer, so I'm just gonna finish up the trail. Not sure if the trail continues on or it just ends here, so I'm gonna go ahead and head back the way I came. Here I am at the covered bridge. I could have took the easy trail, but I chose to take the difficult section instead. And I saw so many beautiful things along the way. So this bridge was built in 1890 and rebuilt in 1976. According to the park map, there's a playground, soccer fields, and an airfield. So bring your model airplanes. Let's see what view we get from this side. Let's see. So this bridge is in memory of Robert Hardisky. His vision and constant interest contributed to the establishment of Brush Creek Park. Quote, and no swimming and no diving, so swimming is prohibited. So thank you to people like Robert Hardisky. That because of him, this is the reason we have these beautiful parks for everybody to enjoy. The bridge is close to vehicle traffic, so don't even try it. It's a cute little playground for the little ones. And I'm going to assume this is the airfield. And over there, you got the tennis ball court. Correction, the last time I was in Beaver County was summer 2011. Took my kids to Camp Cono Key, Camp Spencer, because the YMCA had this huge family event with bounce houses, a slip and slide, a car show, and craft and food vendors. My son just told me last night that he remembers the slip and slide there. He was 5. My daughter has no memory of it because she just turned 1. I don't think they have it anymore, but it was a nice family event, all put on by volunteers, and a lot of things for small children to do. Oh, I see there's a disc golf course. So if you're into disc golf, this is the place to come. And that's the right-of-way I passed through earlier. Looks like there's a connector trail heading down the hill. I'm just walking back to my car via the road. And this area right here is what you call a floodplain. Now I can see why they say no parking on the grass. They mean it, because if you pull in there, your car's going to sink. And to be pulled out is probably going to be an expensive towing bill. Because the grounds in this park are like a sponge. So far I saw some people walking along the road, which is great. We want people to utilize these parks, but we also want people to clean up after themselves too, and obey the rules. And a lot of times, some people are so entitled they think the rules do not apply to them. And that sense of entitlement is either going to get you seriously injured or killed. And all of the picnic pavilions are numbered. Here are some native plants. And please do not mow. And they did this riparian buffer with native plants, because native plants are adaptable to the soil, climate, and weather. Native plants were here before European settlers arrived. And when you visit these parks, do not pick the plants either. Especially trilliums and lady slippers, because they take forever to bloom. I don't mind if people come out and enjoy nature, but just educate yourself first. And use common sense, please. And this is interesting, a bee block for solitary nesting bees. And pollinators are so important. Without bees, we don't eat. Whenever I plant my garden every year, I put a ton of flowers in to attract pollinators. And there's a thing called companion planting too. Sometimes plants don't get along with each other. But companion planting is very beneficial, because when you plant plants that get along with each other, they protect each other. They work as a team. They keep away harmful insects and attract pollinators. So this bee block was made by drilling holes into a block of untreated wood and charred using a propane torch. And deep holes give more room for females and thus more for pollinators. Generally, males do not pollinate flowers. Quote. And I will go ahead and put the picture in, that way you can read the rest. But this is interesting. And naturally, they do not use pesticides in this area, because they want to keep it as natural as possible. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but we must respect these beautiful parks. Do not pick the flowers, clean up after yourself, only take pictures, because we want future generations to enjoy these areas. Okay, I normally don't take pictures or film inside the bathrooms, but this bathroom is very rustic. And if you like privacy, this isn't the place. The stalls do not have doors on them, but there is hand sanitizer. And these are non-flush commodes. Hey, you gotta go, you gotta go. And if you're into hiking in the outdoors, this kind of stuff isn't gonna bother you. It's gonna be the least of your concerns. But I just wanted to point that out, give you a little warning. Or if you do go with a group, just have someone stand at the door so nobody goes in. Just how I share that with you. I'm going to cross another beautiful bridge, and no horses are permitted on the bridge. Alright, straight ahead is an eddy. See where the water is circulating? That, my friends, is called an eddy. At the entrance of the park are beautiful soccer fields. I sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy the content of my videos, feel free to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button and share away. Thank you for watching.